Welcome back to the IBSP. Here's your host, Boxing New.
Boots Ennis beats Jaron. It's time for Vergil Ortiz. And look, let's break it down honestly and objectively as possible. And Boots Ennis came out in this fight ultra aggressive, looking for the knockout since the very first round. His father's in his corner screaming at him after every round. You need to go for the knockout. You need to press for the knockout. You need to go for the knockout. And, you've seen Boots get hit a little bit more than he normally does. Boots' defense is top tier. His footwork is top tier. But in this fight in the last, it really didn't show and reflect that simply because Boots has had a one-track mind, and that's solely looking for a knockout. When you go in and only look for a knockout, you're going to take more shots. When you go in and trying to walk the guy down and get him out of there, you're going to get hit more than that. And the real reason why is when you look at a guy like Boots, he's a great boxer. He has good power and pop, but here's the issue. You have to let the knockout come to you. You have to break the guy down and then go get the knockout. That's what you do. Boots is not trying to do that, and maybe that's because he's so young. He's going in there and rushing, trying to get the knockout. What his father should be telling him is, slow it down, work the body, break him down, and the knockout will come later in the fight. That's what Boots should be doing. That's how he should approach the fight. Now, Boots Ennis said after this win, hey, I'm going to go ahead and look to move up to 154. You've seen Eddie Hearn before and after the fight stating that they've already been in negotiations for a Vergil Ortiz fight. All they have to do is sign for it, and it's done. So, look, I'm going to be honest with you, and this is how I see a Boots versus Vergil fight. A lot of people look at this fight and say, hey, this Boots versus Vergil, it's going to be a slaughter. Vergil's going to destroy him. And that's correct. If Boots come in the ring and fights like tonight against Vergil Ortiz, he's going to sleep. Because you're not going to go in against Vergil Ortiz and take those kind of hits. He's going to put you to sleep. You're going to need a pillow. It's going to be night. But look, let me tell you the truth about it. Boots Ennis at 154 against Vergil Ortiz, he respects his power. He knows the danger is real. He's not going to go into a fight against a Vergil Ortiz looking for a knockout. He's going to go into that fight looking to box, looking to win rounds, and looking to win the fight. You're a completely different fighter when you go in solely looking for a knockout versus coming in and just simply trying to win the fight. Those are two different styles. Most boxing fans are too stupid to know the difference. Most pundits are too stupid to know the difference. Looking solely for a knockout will get you knocked out if you're not doing the right things. So at the end of the day, Boots Ennis needs to break down his opponents, let the knockout come, and that will end up with a lot more success for him going forward. Now, Boots Ennis, Vergil Ortiz, call me crazy, I still think that's a 50-50 fight. As long as Boots Ennis knows that, you can't go in looking for the knockout against a guy like Vergil, I think it's 50-50. I think Vergil has a great chance of knocking out Boots, stopping him, and moving forward. But I also see Boots Ennis has a great chance of outboxing Vergil. I mean, the footwork, the head movement, the defense, his ability to adapt in the ring, and he also has pop. So, you're going to see a more hydrated version of Boots Ennis at 154 pounds. I know a lot of fans are short-sighted, writing off Boots, calling him trash, saying he's, he doesn't have good defense, just idiotic things. People who've seen Boots Ennis fight throughout his whole career know that none of that's true. Simply a guy looking for a knockout instead of letting a knockout come to him. A Boots Ennis Vergil Ortiz fight is extremely competitive, and it's not going to be one-sided, but it's a dangerous fight for both fighters. And as far as Vergil Ortiz goes, he has knockout power at any point in the fight. So that's a great fight. I hope it gets done. As you see, Bud Crawford really didn't want to fight Vergil Ortiz or Boots Ennis. So I'm hoping, since these guys are looking to fight next in Saudi Arabia, I'm hoping that Vergil Ortiz finally gets his big fights and Boots Ennis finally gets his big fight. Whoever wins that fight can hopefully finally get a Terrence Bud Crawford fight, and he steps up to the plate and fights the winner. That is my hope.